All right, guys, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. My name is Eric Pausing, going to be breaking down the top week 1 receiver plays. And now what I mean by top is I'm going to be focused on which receivers have the best upside while also having the best safety, okay? And really on this slate, we get a bunch of receiver plays that I would say are a little bit risky on the top end just because some faces in new places, like Devontae Adams going against the Chargers at 8.1, that's kind of a lot to pay up for. And even on FanDuel, 8.5, that's a lot to pay up for as well. Justin Jefferson going against the Green Bay Packers. We know they have two really strong cornerbacks there. Maybe that's going to be more of an Adam Thielen game, or maybe even more of kind of their third string receiver game. So like, I don't know if I want to touch him. You got Deebo Samuel. Don't know if his role is going to change at all with Trey Lance there. I do think he's priced up a little bit for what his role is going to be. Look at Jamar Chase going against Pittsburgh, especially with Joe Burrow coming back with not really having a preseason. That worries me a little bit. Keenan Allen, we're starting to get to that point where, okay, the projections are probably going to match the price point here. Tyreek Hill, I actually like a decent amount going against New England, but we know New England, they kind of like to take out the best player, per se. So basically, they're going to play everything underneath against Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins. So, you know, we start to get down there and we get to a point where, you know, it just does make sense to go with some of these lower owned, safer plays. And I'll get into that here in just a second. I do want to mention that I am working on the 9 to 5 cheat sheet, which will be available for 9 to 5 members once I update that membership page. So currently, I don't have this available on the website just yet. I'm putting the finishing touches on it. A lot of people said that they wanted this, so that's kind of why I am doing it. And it just kind of goes back to that best values. People want the simple and easy stuff, information that I put out there, so I can give that to people. One nice thing that I kind of implemented here as well is you can go into like game details here, or, you know, opponent defense, kind of figure out what's going on there. But I want to look at game details here real quick, see which game has the highest team total and like the applied touchdowns for that team. It's kind of fun to look at. We can see the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be the team that has the highest like touchdown likelihood at 4.7 touchdowns. So if you round up like 5 touchdowns, which not too surprising for that Arizona Cardinals game there. But just want to let you guys know that yes, that is in the works. A lot of people have been asking for that. Should be live on the website on probably Wednesday, I would say. Right now, the lineup optimizer is available under the PGA DFS membership, and I'll probably be switching that over to a 9 to 5 membership covering NFL DFS with the cheat sheet and lineup optimizer. Still concentrated on golf, and then NBA DFS as well, a little bit with the cheat sheet. But getting into the receiver plays here, guys, I do want to start off with Randall Cobb, actually. I know you guys probably didn't see that coming. So at his price point, 3.4, I really like Randall Cobb because, like, one, it's only going to take like 2 catches for him to hit value. And you've heard Aaron Rodgers talk a lot this offseason about the rookie receivers needing his trust. And Randall Cobb is certainly a player that has Aaron Rodgers' trust. And you look at Sammy Watkins, who I also don't mind at his price point. But you look at the one receiver on that roster that certainly has Aaron Rodgers' trust, it is going to be Randall Cobb going against the Minnesota Vikings, which is, you know, a divisional game. A little bit more motivation, I guess, to play well. And he did have weeks last year in which he really popped and really was a great receiver play. And this is basically the cheapest. I don't want to say he'll be all year, but at the start of the season, I think this is going to be the cheapest he will be until those rookie receivers, Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, get acclimated to that offense. So, you know, it is one of the better matchups on the slate. We know the Minnesota Vikings defense does struggle. They gave up about 22 DK points to that receiver position per game last year. And it's an above average team total. The team is projected to get 4.1 touchdowns. Could that go to Randall Cobb? It could. I do expect like Aaron Jones and kind of AJ Dillon to score a touchdown in this one. How will Rodgers look after not playing in the preseason as well? That's a big question mark for me because he did kind of suck the last 2 preseasons that he didn't play in week 1. So that does worry me as well. And then Robert Tanyan, sources close to 9 to 5, which is actually kind of crazy, are saying that Robert Tanyan is going to be back for week 1, which is kind of crazy. So maybe that takes away from him a little bit as well. Now we're going to get into more like simple and easy plays here. Kind of just plays that you guys would definitely agree with. And I will say Romeo Doubs, if you want to take the risk with him as well, you can certainly play him there as well. I do like Marquis Brown. Marquis Brown is pretty much just going to step into that Christian Kirk role. We know Christian Kirk is out there. We know DeAndre Hopkins has a suspension. AJ Green, he's a fine value as well. You could easily play AJ Green if you wanted to as well. This team does have a high team total, 24.7 points projected to score, which is about 4.2 TDs. I like that. Zach Ertz is a little bit banged up. We got to see if he's going to be healthy. The fact of the matter is this team is going to throw the ball a lot. They did already in the preseason where like Greg Dortch and Andy Isabella were locks in the preseason. That offense didn't change in the preseason at all. So insert Marquis Brown, insert Rondale Moore, insert AJ Green. These guys are going to go off. Obviously, Marquis Brown, the most talented one out of those guys. I expect him to have a big game. I don't really expect his season to change that much. I do expect his consistency to go up a little bit, where maybe those really awesome games like the 25, 30 DK point games, those are probably not going to be there as much, but we are going to see a lot more consistency out of him. I do see him be able to hit value at 2x. He's projected to hit 2.3x return on DraftKings. So yeah, he should be a safe and easy play. He is projected to score the seventh most receiver points on the slate as well. Now we're going to get into a play that I don't know how I particularly feel about it. The whole point of this play is kind of a revenge game. And the reason I say I don't know how I feel about him completely is because I also do really like Jacoby Myers at the same price point. Jacoby Myers has been kind of dealing with the injuries this offseason, though, so we'll see. We'll see what the news is like. I do think he is going to be a safe play like he was last year. When he played in the preseason, he was targeted, so I do like him. But Devontae Parker, you kind of get that revenge game narrative. I do like that. But also, if there's one team that knows how to defend Devontae Parker, it's going to be the Miami Dolphins. You know, that kind of goes hand in hand. But he should get a decent amount of targets in this one. He does have a pretty high projected targets share at this price point. Okay, I do like that. It really comes down to, do you really like Jacoby Myers, or do you like kind of the TD potential with Devontae Parker? Because Jacoby Myers, safe with the targets and receptions. Devontae Parker should have a decent amount of targets, but he also should have a strong likelihood to, you know, score a touchdown as well. So I do like him as a play. Now we got the last two. The last two I do like a lot. I'll probably be playing a lot of them. I played a lot of this guy last year. He is questionable right now. Left the last preseason game with an injury. Not too worried about that as of right now, but he is basically priced at his floor. He is priced at the lowest price point he was at all of last year, okay, which is very strange to me because his role didn't change at all. If anything, his role is pretty much cemented. We saw him come in and play in the preseason about a half. He had 5 DK points in that one, which you would want that to be a little bit more, I guess, but he did have a TD that was called back, nullified there, so he did score a touchdown in that game. And like I said, just super cheap at this price point. He only didn't 2x once last year. That was against the Tennessee Titans in week 15. Tremendous value here. He should easily be able to, you know, maybe even 3x. Like 18 DK points is not the question, but the fact of the matter is he should be a super safe cash play for you on this slate. And then from there, the play that I've liked for basically the past 2 months for when the salary is released is Christian Kirk going against the Washington Commanders now, not the football team. The speculation was that Christian Kirk would be just a target hog coming into this offense. We saw it in week 1 of the preseason. Zay Jones kind of stepped into what is projected to be the Christian Kirk role, and he absolutely got targeted a lot, had a lot of receptions. So the next week, Christian Kirk actually stepped into his Christian Kirk role and absolutely lit it up. He had we'll pull it up here, 10 DK points, 10.4 DK points on 8 targets. It didn't even play the full game. He should have a super safe floor. 15 DK points is certainly in the realm of possibilities. I actually really expect him to get 15 DK points in this one. If it's not him, I will say Marvin Jones, you could easily play as well. You know, there are going to be secondary options. Marvin Jones was targeted a decent amount. He does kind of seem like still the 1B in this offense. Trevor Lawrence does have trust in him as well. But right now I do like Christian Kirk a little bit more at only $700 more than Marvin Jones. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. We'll be coming out with much more DraftKings and FanDuel content for week 1. All right, that's all I have for you guys for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And as always, guys, let's keep cashing.